Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the voice of Olusegun Opeyemi Odunton, host at the Burning Mic podcast, where burning national and geopolitical issues are discussed and analyzed scientifically and objectively. Today, we are going to remain on the national scene, where we are going to be talking about a subject that is usually outside the sphere of our discussion, that is outside our AOC, which is area of concentration. And that is not because we are insensitive, but that is because we consider such subjects and such issues and questions to be settled. And what I mean by that is there should be no debate, there should be no argument, and there should be no back and forth about a subject like this. And this is regarding the issue or the unfortunate incident which happened to Miss Favor, which resulted in her committing suicide. And just in case you do not know, the background to the story is that Miss Favor, during her lifetime, was a content creator and an aspiring to be successful. And she got in contact with a man who is thought to be a professional, Odogwu Asaba, who invited her to a hotel, to his hotel, under the guise of helping her, under the guise of showing her how to be a successful content creator. Unfortunately, this lady was raped, and unfortunately, she committed suicide. And what is so unfortunate that made me step into this conversation is that when you look at the comments and the contributions of people, most especially male, we must feel very ashamed. We must feel very disturbed by the mindset of people when it comes to sexual harassment and violation of women. Let it be said that, you know, here we, on this platform, the Burning Mic, we are focused on statecraft, which is the heart and science of nation building. And we are focused on uh, political economics. But we now realize from this conversation that we cannot afford to abandon the moral and cultural superstructure of the society because the political architect of the state cannot abandon the foundations, which is the moral and which is the cultural foundation of the state. If they commit that architectural mistake, they will be building the foundations of the state on the foundation of sand. And within no time, it is going to fall like a pack of cards. So that is why we have decided to intervene. But in the course of this intervention, what is the first question we are going to be answering? Or what is the first thing we are going to say here? The first thing we are going to impress on you and which we want you to realize is the fact that we killed Miss Favor. Odogwu Asaba played his role, but the society killed her. And by that, I mean that she did not commit suicide merely out of shame that this guy stole her sense of human dignity, but out of the knowledge that society will not help restore that dignity that was stolen from her. She decided to commit suicide because she realized that we are a society. Ours is a society that victimizes the victims and tell the victim, you go explain tire. And this is so sad. So that is why I said the society killed her. Because if she knew and if she was confident in our society enough to realize that she was going to get justice and to realize that our society would help her restore a sense of human dignity, and if she knew that justice will be done for her, she wouldn't have taken a life. But she took a life because she knew that that the chances are very, very slim that she was going to get justice. So that is that on that. Let us also say that we see a lot of people victimizing the victim, asking why would she go to an hotel, and this turns our stomach and it breaks our heart that people are victimizing the victim of rape in this kind of way. Because, first of all, we should realize and we should upgrade our mentality and realize that an hotel is not a brothel, it's not a prostitution house. Under normal circumstances, an hotel is a business center. People go there to conduct businesses. People go there because most of these hotels now have a bar, now have a lounge, and a fitness center as well. So if somebody is stepping in there, if a lady is stepping in there, she's not writing off a right to give and to withhold consent. So she went there for business. She did not go there for sex. Even if it is a brothel, no, the law is effective everywhere when it comes to the right of a woman to give consent, to say yes or no. Even in your matrimonial bed, your wife has the right to say no. And you do not have the right, because you had the spouse, to force yourself on her. So we are disappointed that people are asking why she went there. Secondly, people are talking about her clothes. People are showing videos of her wearing, stuff. But look, every adult has a right to wear whatever they like, whatever they desire. It is a right you cannot take away from them, and it is a right you cannot judge them for, because you are not their parents, even if you are. Once a child or once someone is an adult, they choose what they wear. And it is very, very disheartening that you would judge what a woman is wearing. You have no such right. Your duty and your responsibility is to keep your wide passions in check and to keep your eyes where they belong to. They belong in your head, not in the bosom, not in the behind, in the backyard, in the front yard of a lady. So it is your responsibility to keep your eyes and your senses and your sexual drive and your testosterone where they belong. And you have no right to rob any girl or any woman or of our hymen or of our sins and right to human dignity. So we are so disappointed that people are speaking in that manner. And for those of you who are victimizing the victim of rape and who are seeking to undermine the crime or downplay the crime and undermine the wheels of justice, please, when you see them online, please do well to tag embassies of Western nations, because these beasts, these 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 folks have shown that they will not be, and they cannot be the good ambassadors of our nation. If 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 they are talking this way, justifying rape, it shows that we cannot trust you. to be the ambassadors of the Nigerian state. So when you see them talking junk and trash, gibberish, nonsense, tag embassies of Western nations. That is the best you can do because this is not acceptable and it is so disgraceful. And we also saw this guy begging the parents of the deceased. I should say that I commend their temperament because I can't imagine, and I pray not, because a lot of things would have been blown up. Yes, because they just lost their child to your stupidity. If the child was still alive, that is a different ballgame. But they just lost their child to your stupidity. You better be joining up. And every parent as well. You have a duty to teach your male child and to teach your girl child as well. Most especially to teach your male child to be able to accept no and to realize that it is inhuman to force themselves on a lady. We have pets in our house. I'm a big fan of dogs, and I don't see them forcing themselves on another dog. They do it in a very smooth way. And we should also begin to teach our girl child that suicide is never an option. Yes, we need to begin to build a strong character and a sense of self in our kids and let them know that nobody can rob them of their human dignity. Yes. So please, thank you for your time. I do not want this to drag on for far too long, but we hope that justice will be done. Favor will get justice. Asaba Odogwu as well will get justice. And for those of you defending him, there's a guy who has already owned up to raping this lady. And I don't know why. You want be trying to downplay the crime. That is sick. Thank you.